we're going to do things a little bit differently than we've done in previous presentations. We got a lot of work done since we first showed off our prototype, and I wanted everybody to have a chance to really talk about what they've done, and so you can see it on screen as well. So while we finish getting our monitor on the board, so yeah, that's just kind of how this is going to go. We're going to run through the game, what we have, all the features that we said we would have for this midterm. The main things that we focused on for today were first movement, and then second combat. So movement's in a really solid state right now, as you'll see soon. Combat, we really just got it in last night, so it's pretty rough, but it's also very awesome. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. That's whatever. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Can we dim the lights a little bit? Is that on us?
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
It's on the panel.
This thing? Alright, so this is our character hangar. This is where you'll actually be customizing your character, selecting your stage, selecting your character, selecting how many players you have as well. Yeah, so this is, we're currently using this as our title screen. Cool, yeah, so that's our game, Scrapyard. Alright. Alright, I'll now be handing it off to Aaron, and he will, or to Collins, and he will be talking about movement, and we'll show you the game.
Alright, I'm Alex, and I worked primarily on movement in Scrapyard. So, you know, it's just like any other fighting game. You want to be able to run around, you want to be able to jump, you want to be able to double jump, and in addition to that, you can skid to turn around. So if you're running at full speed, you can skid and turn around. And we mostly use, for the movement, we use like state-based architecture so that you'll be able to flow evenly in and out of all the states and make everything really fluid. And so now I'm going to hand it off to Andy. He's going to talk more about movement.
In addition to just moving your character, we wanted to make sure that the world interactions worked out well, and a big important one to us was basically cloud platforms, as we call them. You're going to want to be able to jump through them and land on them. You're going to want to be able to, what I call, poop through them, but my team doesn't like that as much. So you can fall through them from a jump, and then if you're standing on it, you can just fall down through it. And we basically made that really polished and like all designer driven for how long it takes for you to go through them.
Hey guys, I'm David. I'm in charge of animations for this project. And so for Scrapyard, we have so far over 33 animations, independent animations for the cat. And the way that we were able to scope this out was we had the animators work in tandem with the modelers. So when the character wasn't even finished, when we weren't even finished with building the character, the animators were already working on the animations on a universal skeleton that essentially gets applied to the finished mesh after the fact. So by doing that, we were able to pump out a lot more animations than we could if we were sitting around waiting for assets to get done. A lot of other things that I had to do was, in terms of rigging, was make sure that we had both FK and IK, inverse kinematics and forward kinematics controls available, because the character does a lot of flips and stuff, so that was a lot of fun. We have over a dozen effects animations, as you can see, and taking a card from a lot of games such as Super Smash Brothers or Sony All-Stars effects animation is really what drives. That combined with key poses are really what drives believable animation in a fighting game such as this. So we put a lot of time into learning Cascade and making sure that things look really cool, and you'll see that later when we introduce elemental effects.
Hi everyone, my name is Aaron, and I worked on implementing a lot of the combat that you will see now. So what we have is a very modular combat system where each weapon has multiple powers and multiple components within those powers. This allows us to customize basically every aspect of every weapon and of every piece of combat in the game, and we also allowed the designers to have complete control over it.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm a designer, and I'm going to talk to you about the elemental gauntlet. It's our first special weapon. The Elemental Gauntlet has 4 main attacks. There's your neutral attack where you pull out an ice sword and swing it, and that'll knock back and stun anyone you hit. Then there's the side attack, which is a fiery dash. You can see player 1 just did it. Your up attack will shoot a little cloud into the air, right there, and then a few seconds later a lightning bolt will shoot to you and hit anyone in between you and the cloud. And then finally your down. If you're on the ground, he'll smash the ground, launching anyone around you up. And if you're in the air, your fist will become a boulder and it'll pull you down to the ground and hit anyone below you. This is a heavily melee-focused weapon with a lot of focus on getting into combat or getting out of combat and keeping enemies around you and hurting people near you.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm also a designer of the project, and I did the hitboxes for the game. So basically these are invisible boxes where if something enters the hitbox, that denotes a hit, and those are the blue boxes. The red boxes are attack boxes. So this denotes like where your attack takes place, and so if that intersects a hitbox, a hit gets registered. And this is kind of important for fighting games because it's increasingly expensive to do collision detection with like complex geometry, but if we do hitboxes, it's just intersection of a rectangle. And yeah, with the feline, the boxes are like fairly tight around the character with not too many disjointed hitboxes where the hitbox extends past the body. So once we add more animations, I'm looking forward to iterating on this to make sure the game is balanced. So Travis actually did all the tools for this.
Hi, I'm Travis. Yeah, so like Matt said, I made the hitbox tool. Right now what it does is you start the script in Maya, and it'll give you a GUI to generate this kind of data. We also, on top of that, I did tools for other parts of the project, so we have our own launcher to Maya, so we can essentially get assets into, or from Maya into the engine in about like less than 10 clicks, and just gives us a lot more flexibility to do things like create these hitboxes and really give artists an easier time trying to create assets specifically for our game. But, yeah.
Hi there, I'm Riley, I'm a designer, and my work so far has been focused on this stage, which is the nighttime junkyard. Our goal was to create a mechanic that really maximized player control, but also inspired a lot of different movement because of that mechanic. So right now we have this hook in, which it'll occur about 4 times throughout the duration of a match. And what it does is it hooks to a player and transfers between players based on melee attacks. And it'll transfer it for about 10 seconds, and it's like a game of hot potato trying to pass the hook off to someone else. At the end of it, it'll activate again and pull the player up and stun them. If someone manages to cut the rope above the hook, it'll net that person the kill. And what it creates is this, A, game of hot potato, but B, this kind of 3-on-1 dynamic that really changes the pace of the stage throughout the match.
My name is Sori, and I'm an environment artist on Scrapyard. And basically I will be working on a lot of the backdrops for the game. And right now this is like the concept art that we have there. And basically I'm just trying to create an environment in the backdrops that basically looks similar to this. And so right now I got like 2 preliminary sketches that I'm doing, concept work that I'm doing, this matte painting. And I'll be defining like the look of the robot in an environment. And once we get like a lot of the foreground pieces, then I can start working on the backdrops for the actual game itself.
Hi, my name's Nathan. I worked on all of the UI HUD elements, programming, and a little bit of the design, I guess. So for UDK, we get to dump things that we make in Flash and draw them onto the screen. Right now, a lot of what we're doing is just kind of conceptual testing work. You can see where we have timers that go off when people get stuck by the crane and whatnot. Can somebody kill somebody? Can we do that? Is that all right? Oh, there we go. Great. And things like player score increasing and whatnot. Hey, now they'll start killing each other a whole bunch. Awesome. Beyond that, we're just the main goal for UI and HUD after this point is iterating on this to make a more easy to use system, but also looking forward to the character select screen that we have that's going to be in for demo day and whatnot. So a lot of cool stuff to come. Not as much here.
Hi, my name is Conrad. I've been in charge with the VFX, or implementing them, rather. As you see, there's a lot of really cool effects that we have. There's the flame kicks, elemental ground pounds, the ice sword, so I've been in charge of getting that into the game. All that stuff adds a really nice level, or polish to the game. It's really cool, makes nice pizzazz. And so we're gonna have a lot more as we go through the semester. We're gonna have a lot more lasers and missiles and just really cool effects. They're gonna add a nice element to the game. Like when you land on the ground, little poofs of smoke everywhere. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. And this is Noob.
Hey guys, I'm Anoop. So Scrapyard is a very systems-based game, and at the beginning of the project, we wanted to come up with a way to allow our designers to tweak these systems very quickly and easily without having to talk to an engineer every time they want to change a value or change some system. So the first thing we came up with was this tool for a ball. And it's comprised of a couple different things. The first thing are like basic properties. So for characters, we have our cat fighter. So here we have a list of all the properties in the game, or for the cat. So it's comprised of like ground speed, air speed, and a bunch of things like gravity per character, weight, a whole bunch of stuff. So if we want to change something real quickly, we can change max air speed, just add a 0 there, see what that does. Open the game, reload. You see guys moving around super fast in the air. Instantly, designers don't have to recompile the game, don't have to close the game, don't have to do anything, just change value, press a button, and it works. So, one other quick thing we can do, let's change that back. So we also, because Scrapyard uses a lot of customization, we want designers to be able to very quickly and very easily make special weapons and melee weapons, like Aaron talked about earlier. We have a lot of powers, so weapons are comprised of powers, and a power is basically an attack in a direction. So our ice sword applies like when it hits a guy, it applies a particle effect that is like an ice on hit. So what if we say we want to use that same particle in our flame kick? So either on attack or on hit, we're going to spawn particles, and instead of doing like an extra fireball, we're going to do this ice thing. Just for fun. Do that, reload the game, and if you guys hit each other with flame kick, yeah. Super speed. So you see there, when you hit someone, there's a small little shatters. There it is. It's a little difficult to see, but it is there. Yeah. So next, I'm going to toss it off to Talgut, who worked on a lot of the AI for the game.
Hi, my name is Talgut, and I'm working on AI. So currently we're working on AI for challenge modes, and you'll see in a second the chasing guy that I'm working on. So due to the custom gravity that we're using in our game and the platforms with a different height, we cannot use the built-in functions for AI in UDK, so we had to write our own AI logic. And one of the main features in our AI is pathfinding. Is, for example, go to the highest platform. So AI will detect the path node that is located near the player, find the connected path node, the closest one to that path node, and then if it's not close, he'll detect the jump node on the ground. We also want to, for our AI, we inherited from the main pawn player, so we keep all the states in AI too. Just instead of saying like if input A, we're using our own logic for that one. That's it.
Hey guys, I'm Travis. I'm the lead designer in Scrapyard. For this presentation, the thing that I did the most of was just throwing together all the assets. This level is the Machu Picchu level that we'll be doing. A lot of it's the stock UDK assets. The level, the Junkyard Night level, we have a lot of our artists' assets implemented with the crane, the crate on the right, and a lot of other things. So I mostly just tried to throw those in as fast as I could last night, make it look a little bit better. And that's it.
Hey guys, Chris, I'm the producer on the project, and I'm basically just lucky enough to get to work with these really hard-working guys who did this awesome stuff. So, quick reminder: this is all placeholder, or this is all work in progress at the moment. Right now, you've only seen to kind of give you an idea of where we're going. You've seen one character. There's gonna be more to come. We're super excited to show those coming up probably next demo day, and more levels. You only saw one special weapon. There's more to come. So. We're just getting there, and thanks for taking a look.